Just listen to Braves football right here on 100.9 KPEG.
Well, good evening and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Tonight it's round one of the CIF Southern Section Division 5 playoffs featuring the Lompoc Braves and the Glendora Tartans. I'm Greg Ratcliffe, pleased to be broadcasting live from the press box here at Citrus Community College in Glendora, where the 9-1 Tartans are set to host the 7-3 Braves. The hometown Tartans are the second-place team from the Palomares League and start the playoffs as the number 4 seed. Their last win was a convincing 63-27 drubbing of Colony a week ago. The Braves, ranked 12th in Division 5 as the playoffs get underway, take the field tonight fresh off a decisive victory of their own, a 63-0 big game win over crosstown rival Cabrillo last week. But what happened last week, it no longer matters. The records are meaningless. It's a whole new season for the 16 teams in the playoff bracket, and only one of these teams here tonight will move on to play again next week. I had a chance to speak with Braves head coach Andrew Jones yesterday. We talked about the big game victory, the state of his team, and what we might expect to see here in Glendora tonight. Let's listen in to what Coach Jones had to say.
Well, I'm here with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. Coach, let's start with last week. You kept the big game trophy here at LHS for another year with a convincing 63-0 win over Cabrillo. You guys looked dominant from start to finish.
I thought the key was the opening kickoff was a 3 or 4 yard onside kick. And we just kind of treated it like a turnover and just said, screw it, we're going to use it as a sudden change and just go for the deep shot to Ryan. So I thought we set the tone there. And then, defensively, we were great on first downs. I mean, we forced them into second and 12s and second and 9s and made them have to complete some passes. So always good to beat the crosstown rival. Always good to see, guys get in and play. Hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Obviously you wanted to finish the regular season strong. A decisive victory like that has got to help the momentum going into the postseason.
No, I think so. I mean, Leo and Oscar were able to get a couple series. I think we're, obviously as healthy as we can be going into this game. And I thought, other than a few plays here and there, I thought it was a clean game, and we just got to, minimize the penalties. And we've had a good week of practice and keep this thing rolling.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the postseason. You go into the playoffs in the 12 spot, and you get matched up with the number 4 seed Glendora Tartans. Let's start with just getting there. It's 170 miles of freeways through a fire zone. How do you plan for that kind of road trip?
Well, we got to leave early. We played down at Etowanda a few years ago, and we're stuck on the 210 for 2 hours, so we're going to leave early and try to get down there, find somewhere to eat, and then just get settled in down there and hopefully not hit the traffic. I think for us, the interesting thing is to see what type of leadership we have. To get on a bus and drive 45 minutes to play a league game is totally different than getting on a bus and spending our whole day together on a bus. Is going to be a challenge to see if we're mentally strong and have the maturity to get off of a bus, go eat, get back on it, and go to the locker room, do all the the things that is necessary to go get a victory.
Well, how about the Tartans themselves? They're 9-1 on the year. They've got 70-plus players on their roster, so there's a bunch of them. What else do we know about this Glendora team?
Offensively, just multiple sets, run some spread, they run some two-back. Quarterback is efficient. Number 10 is a great running back. 15 is probably the best athlete on the team, is a great receiver. O-line is big. They're physical. Number 16 is a good slot receiver. And then defensively, they are probably the most aggressive defense we've faced all year. Scrappy, aggressive, physical. Sometimes when you play a physical, aggressive defense, sometimes they can be undisciplined and not really be gap-oriented, but they're disciplined. They're good at what they do. We've got to be able to pick up run-through. I think this game's going to come down to we match up with them athletically, but are we as good as them in the trenches,
So what are the keys for the Braves' victory?
I think the obvious things like being able to run the ball, taking care of the ball, the penalties, but I think the thing that's going to come down to ultimately is can we get key stops when we need them, and who's more physical in the trenches. Because I think athletically we both match up well athletically, and I think it's just going to come down to who's more physical. Can we pick up run through? Can we stop their run? All the obvious things that need to be done when it comes to playoff time.
Well, another big key for the Braves is who's healthy. You've had a lot of banged-up players of late. Who's in and who's out for round one?
Well, I think Ballum is out, but Oscar and Leo will go. I think that's it as far as the guys that will have an impact. If we can get by these guys, hopefully we get Johnny back next week at center.
All right, Coach. Well, as always, thanks for your time. Good luck against the Tartans, and I hope we get to talk again next week.
Absolutely. I hope to talk next week, too.
Well, back live now from Citrus College. I am joined by my tag team partner and travel buddy, the Statmeister Mike Loney. Mike, the Tartans will be by far the toughest opponent that Lompoc has faced this season. What do the Braves have to do tonight to be successful and go home with a victory?
They need to play clean, they need to play smart, and they need to play well.
Well, that sums it up. Can they do it?
They can do it. Whether they will do it remains to be seen. They haven't really been able to put it together all at once so far this season, but they have been close, and they're about 4 plays away from being undefeated.
Yeah, that's true. Captains are down on the field as we speak for the coin toss. See how Lompoc will win that first battle. And it appears that the Braves have won the toss and deferred. So the Tartans will receive the ball to start things off this evening. This is a beautiful venue here at Citrus Community College. This is Citrus Stadium, tucked away right here at the border of Glendora and Azusa. Depending on who you talk to, it depends on what city we are actually in. But either way, it is a beautiful venue here for football.
Yeah.
Glendora High School is actually just a couple of miles up the road, and they bus down here for every home game.
Yeah. I guess there are a number of high schools in the area that use this facility, and that's certainly understandable. This is a very nice place.
Gorgeous facility, in fact, rubberized track and an artificial turf field. Beautiful, spacious stands on both sides. The steps are a little steep.
Yes, indeed. There are ramps to the top, which is nice.
And the Tartans are taking the field and breaking the air. And let me tell you, there are a bunch of them. The roster lists, 71, I think?
71, 72, something like that. A bunch.
Compared to Lompoc's, 53, I think.
And as you can hear in the background, the Glendora High School band pageantry is very good, very loud, and accompanied by half a dozen or so pipers.
Indeed. I wish you could see their uniforms. They're very, very tartanish.
Yes.
And they live up to the name of Tartans with their Scottish kilts and the beautiful hats. And what a terrific looking and sounding band. As you heard for the national anthem that they performed just as we came on the air, they do a terrific job.
Yes.
And we are about to get underway. Lompoc lined up to kick off. They are in their all-white traveling uniforms with blue numbers. On the other side of the field, the Glendora Tartans in their full blacks with white numbers. So we should be able to tell you who's who tonight fairly easily.
Even though we are a fair ways away from the field.
Yeah, we're a little bit up. Got a little elevation tonight, but I think we're going to be okay. And we are actually outside, just below the press box, in a beautiful little area here for the media.
It's cantilevered over our heads. So.
But a beautiful view on a beautiful night here in Glendora / Azusa. And we are underway. A low line drive kick by the Braves will filter its way into the end zone for the opening touchback. So the Tartans will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A couple of players to watch for Glendora is their quarterback, Jacob Gonzalez. And their main man with running the rock is Xavier Ford. Both of those guys are very, very athletic and very talented. You heard Coach Jones mention them in the pregame interview.
Yeah, and wide receivers 15, 16, and 4.
Cade Marshman, especially number 15, is their go-to receiver. So Gonzalez and the Tartans will take over 1st and 10. Gonzalez from the shotgun, one man in motion. Little pitch to 15. That's Marshman.
And
he'll get out to about the 25. Carlos Garcia there, I believe, for the Braves on the stop. And it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Tartans from the 25. Two receivers, one wide to either side. That's Marshman and Gonzalez.
Braves in their standard 3-3-5. De La Cruz gets the ball and picks up about 6 or 7.
Out to the 32, looks like they will put it. And indeed, a first down. The initial first down of the night goes to the Tartans.
And 11:06 of the first quarter. Well, it sure is nice being able to see the scoreboard.
Yes, it is. We have a beautiful view of everything here tonight. 1st and 10 from the 32 for Glendora. Again from the shotgun. Again to Acuna. And he'll get out to about the 34, looks like. Pick up of a couple is all.
Branch with the stop.
2nd down and 8 from the 34-yard line. Just underway here at Glendora.
Jed stepped through a couple guys and popped the running back pretty good.
Two receivers out to the far side this time, at the short side of the field. Right side is empty. Everybody within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage for the Braves defense. And back to the ground, Acuna trying to sweep to the left. He'll get submarined at about the 37, maybe the 38.
Acuna picked up 3, maybe 4.
Going to be a 3rd down and about 4. First 3rd down of the night.
Dickerson on the stop.
Glendora lines up, gets in position anyway, and then they kind of hang around and wait for the play to come in from the sideline before they actually get set.
Should mention that was Demetrius Dickerson on the stop.
3rd and 4, Gonzalez rolling right, throws on the run, deep pass down the near sideline, complete, but I think he was out of bounds. They're going to give it to him. Complete at the 30. What a great catch. That was Cade Marshman, number 15, who went up and plucked that one out of the night sky. Very close to not being in bounds when they got that one. But from about 20 yards downfield, he was called in bounds by the official. And it's 1st and 10 from the Brave 30. Gonzalez fakes the handoff and keeps it himself right up the middle down to about the 25-yard line. And I got to tell you, that was a great pass by Jacob Gonzalez. Threw that one rolling to his right on the run and laid it right on the money. Pickup of 5 on that carry, 2nd and 5 for the Tartans from the Lompoc 25. 8.5 left here in the first quarter. No score. First possession from Citrus Community College.
Yeah, just inside the 25.
Gonzalez again from the shotgun. Acuna will get it. Cuts it inside. Breaks a tackle and gets inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line before he's wrapped up. So that'll be a first down for Glendora at the Lompoc 17.
Another pickup of 7.
Glendora showing some success here in the early going, moving the ball. First and 10 from the 17-yard line at this point. Jacob Gonzalez from the shotgun once again. Acuna in the backfield with him. Fakes it. Rolls right, throws on the run. In the end zone. Touchdown. Tartans. A.J. Salgado on the catch. And the Glendora Tartans move 80 yards down the field on their first possession of the night and take the lead 6-0. And that was very, very efficient football.
Yes, it was.
Before and after coming up. Snap is down. Kick is away. Kick is good. So that took about 4.5 minutes off the clock. There's 7:33 remaining here in the first quarter. And it's the hometown Glendora Tartans 7, the Lompoc Braves nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe here along with Mike Loney, Judy Baker back at the KPEG studios.
Hi, Judy.
We appreciate you being with us tonight wherever you are listening, here at 100.9 FM or at kpegradio.com. Let's take a moment and thank one of our sponsors while we have time. First here to join us, Mark and Beth Branson of Branson's Embroidery and Gifts. Thank you so much for being on our team this season to bring us Lompoc and Cabrillo football and the postseason. Branson's Embroidery and Gifts. And a pooch kick fielded at the 35, caught right there. Elijah Perkins grabs that one and falls down to maintain possession for the Braves. So that looked very intentional to avoid any type of return that
Yes, it did.
Dickerson might be able to put on the boards.
Dickerson or anybody else. And so there's 7:33 remaining. There's no time went off the clock.
The Braves will take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line, trailing 7-0. See what the Braves offense can do to answer. Kevin Ross calling the signals.
The freshman.
Morgan shifts from left to right. Daniels in motion. Fake to him. Give up the middle to Sheldon Canley, who picks up a couple of yards to the 37.
Yep.
Canley really having a breakout few games here in the last part of the season.
Yeah.
Ever since Coleman went out with a hand injury, Sheldon has stepped up and picked up the load.
Yeah, and that's kind of been the theme of the season is injury replacement for the Braves.
2nd and 8 for Lompoc from their own 37.
The big three coming in to the season were Vera Barron, Morgan, and Lavon Coleman, and or Leandre Coleman, excuse me. And
Kevin Ross hits Morgan on a little slant inside, complete and down inside Tartan territory to the 48 of Glendora, and that'll be the initial first down of the night for the Braves.
6:40.
And that's something we've seen any number of times this year. That Ross to Morgan slant has been very effective.
At the 47-yard line.
Back to the ground we go. Canley gets wrapped up for no gain, maybe even a loss of one. Indeed, back to the 49 for a loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11 for Lompoc from the Glendora 49-yard line. And all of a sudden, we are halfway through this first quarter, folks. 6 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Tartans leading 7-0.
At this rate, it's not going to be a long game. Right?
Fake to Canley. Ross going deep. This one will be overthrown. Intended for Morgan on the far sideline. Two defenders there on Morgan on that go route. And Ross just led him a couple of yards too far. It'll be 3rd down and 11. Three receivers up top for the Braves. One here to the near side. Ross looking again. There's that slant to Morgan, complete again. And he gets down to the 30-yard line, does Ryan Morgan.
And they basically stick Morgan in the center of those three receivers wide and then bring him on a quick slant underneath. And so there's not really any way they can double that. And he's been running free.
Some nice yards after the catch as well. First down, Braves from the Tartan 30. Two receivers up top, one in motion. A naked screen over here to Kylan Daniels. He's running down the sideline and gets walloped at the 10. It gets knocked out of bounds there. Daniels up quickly. No harm, no foul. But first down, Braves all the way to the 10-yard line. See if it's 1st and 10 or 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Braves from the 10.
And we're under 5 minutes.
So the Braves moving the ball well themselves after Glendora went down the field 80 yards. Braves trying to put one together themselves. Back to the ground we go. Sheldon Kenley bounces off a couple and maybe he picks up one or two. They're going to give him one on that 2nd and goal from the 9.
And they introduced Coleman as the starting running back, but we have not seen him tonight on offense. It's been Canley the entire drive.
Second and goal from the 9. Two receivers to the left, one up top. Morgan in motion, and flag to stop this one. Looks like this is going to cost the Braves 5 yards. False start, Lompoc. Move the ball back to the 14. Still 2nd and goal.
With 4:01 and counting.
Clock now running once again. A very quick first quarter. Seven 0 is our score. Glendora leads the Braves here early. Two receivers to the right for Lompoc. One down here on the left side. And whistles before this one gets underway. What do we got? Timeout called by Lompoc. Their first. Stops the clock with 3:33 remaining here in the first quarter. Our score is the Glendora Tartans 7, the Lompoc Braves 0. You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
100.9.
What do you say?
California.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back in the studio. Rich is around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Kind enough to go along for the ride this tonight.
Yeah. I think he was more interested in hanging around with his daughter than hanging around with us.
Yeah, probably a wise choice. And all of a sudden, a little bit of breeze has picked up here.
Yeah. It was a bit on the warm side earlier. So the breeze feels nice.
Get this, we went through Fillmore earlier today, and it was 93. Okay, second down and goal from the 14. Ross back to pass. Throws complete. Ooh, that was Christian Duarte Tenario.
And he's going to be close.
He gets inside
Very
the
close.
5 to the 4. It'll be third down and goal from there. He was all alone on an inside curl route that worked really well.
Yeah.
3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Braves trying to answer that opening score by Glendora with one of their own. It's third and goal from the Tartan 4.
Just under 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, excuse me.
High formation for the Braves. Kevin Ross under center for the first time tonight. Fakes to the deep back, rolls right, throws.
Wide
Touchdown Braves. Adam Lazaro on the catch, and he's in all by himself. And what a beautiful drive for Lompoc to answer what Glendora did in their first possession.
And Lazaro was not open. He was wide.
He was lonely.
Yep, there was.
Aldo Anguiano set for the kick, and a flag will come out before this one is snapped. What's we have going here?
Yep.
Now, the Tartans had 12 men on the field, and that's frowned upon.
Yes, it is.
So they'll move it half the distance to the goal, and we'll line up for this once again. From the hold of Bradley Waite, Aldo Anguiano to kick. It's away, and it is good. So with 2 minutes, 38 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, we are all tied up here at Citrus Community College. It's the Glendora Tartans 7, the Lompoc Braves 7. You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
100.9.
I want to thank another one of our sponsors, longtime sponsors and good friends, Rick and Lisa Frederick of Frederick Quality Plumbing. Thanks, guys, for being a part of our broadcast tonight and all season long. We appreciate you being on board and helping us make this possible. Frederick Quality Plumbing.
On the Braves Radio Network.
So the Braves set to kick. Anguiano to do the honors. High and over end kick.
Ooh, that one's not coming back.
That one's about 5-6 yards deep in the end zone.
Got that one to the end of the soccer field.
Yep.
Should mention that the Citrus College women's team defeated one of their arch rivals, Glendale, earlier today on this very same field, 9-0.
As we were arriving, we got to see a little soccer as well this afternoon. So the Tartans will take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line, just as they did in their previous possession.
Hopefully the Braves can put up a little bit better defense this time.
Tartans able to march 80 yards last time. Let's see what happens this time. 2 receivers, one to either side. We'll go straight up the middle on the running game for about 2, maybe 3.
Little better reaction that time.
That was Noah Acuna on the carry. Acuna getting a lot of work tonight. He's not their primary.
Pickup of about 3, looks like.
Second and 7. Still working the game. Acuna powering his way. Gets all the way to the 35-yard line on a good, strong run by Acuna.
He was just shedding tacklers as he went. Picked up of about 10 yards after first contact. Just right up the middle.
Don't have size numbers on him, and he doesn't look all that big.
But out to the 35.
He's standing next to Jacob Gonzalez, who is 6'2", 185. Looks to be about 6 foot, 170.
Oh, nice block.
There goes number 3. Sprinting down the near sideline. Breaks and tackles at midfield. Touchdown, Glendora.
And they got a really nice block over on the left side before he got it back across the field.
That was Braden Bruss on the carry. And a nifty little piece of running. And there's an official discussion going on. This one's going to come back on a hole. I was looking for a flag. There it is, way back on the 40-yard line on the other side of the 50.
And I think that's one of those ones that occurred behind the play, Greg.
Those are the backbreakers.
Yep. 65 yards wiped out.
6 points off the board and move the ball all the way back to the 30-yard line.
And that is a killer penalty. 11 stings.
But still a beautiful piece of running by Braden Bruss.
This points out how important everybody doing their job is in football. You can have 10 guys who performed extremely well and one guy who does something not terribly smart and it wipes out the entire team effort.
Make it first down and 16. And whistles will stop this play before it goes. Delay of game. So all of a sudden, the Tartans having a little bit of penalty problem.
The retrograde motion is
What was just a minute ago a big touchdown is now a first down and 21 from their own 25. 4 receiver set for the Tartans. Gonzalez back to pass. Lobs this one up, and it's complete at the 35-yard line. And tackled there by Oscar Canario. What a beautiful pass, right in the breadbasket. I believe that was Matt Gonzalez on the catch.
Marshman.
That is Marshman, 15, not 16.
It's a little bit difficult.
And all of a sudden, it's first and 10 at the Braves' 31. Talk about flipping the field in a hurry. 3 receivers to the left, 2 over here to the near side. Gonzalez in an empty backfield, rolling to his right, throws this into the end zone. Touchdown, and that one is Matt Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Gonzalez for 6.
And the coverage that time turned inside, and Gonzalez went outside.
And I got to tell you, in this first 12 minutes, I am really impressed with Jacob Gonzalez and the way he can throw on the move. Some really accurate balls. 13-7, point after on the way. It is up and blocked. And let's see how important that turns out to be. I think that might have been Joker Dickerson who got in there with a hand on it. With 33 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, our score is now Glendora 13, Lompoc 7. You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
See, what they doing?
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back in the studio. Thank you very much for joining us tonight here at 100.9 FM and all around the world, streaming live on the web at kpegradio.com. Round 1 of the CIF Southern Section Division 5 playoffs brought to you by Ford.
We'll see if The Tartans pooch this one again. Or if they try and kick it long.
Looks like they have developed the philosophy of the pooch kick.
And this one pooched out of bounds.
That was Perkins again who caught that one, stepped out of bounds at the 31, and that's where the Braves will take over 1st and 10 from there with 32 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Braves trailing by 6, 13-7. You should know that I've taken all precautions tonight, as is my CIF playoff tradition. I am wearing my first of 4 CIF championship rings tonight for round 1. Ooh. Handoff inside to Canley, and he'll get ping-ponged around. And the flag is going to come in late. Canley got about 2 yards on a tough carry. Let's see what the flag is about. Dead ball, personal foul, Braves. So we might not ever know who did what. But we can tell you this. It's going to cost them 15 yards. Move the ball back all the way to the 18-yard line. Still first down. And now first and a bunch. Let's see.
They need to get out to about the 41.
22, we're going to call it. 1st and 22. Tartans showing blitz, and a flag will come up. I think they got a little overzealous, and they'll give 5 yards of that 15 penalty back to the Braves and move it out to the 23. And they'll roll the clock before the Braves can get back up to the line of scrimmage, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter, folks. A very quick, fast-moving first quarter has come to an end. 12 minutes in the books here at Citrus Community College. And it's Glendora 13, Lompoc 7. You are listening to the game of the week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
100.9 on the Braves Radio Network.
So a couple of things we could tell you about that are going on around things in Lompoc. If you have a young actress or actor in your family, you might want to check with the Lompoc Recreation Division of the Lompoc Youth Theater Project. They're going to have a little show called the Great Big Holiday Bake Off. Registrations are open now for children kindergarten through 8th grade. Performance scheduled for Saturday the 14th of December. If you'd like more information on getting involved in that, you can call the Rec Division, the 875-8100.
And so with 12 minutes to go in the second quarter, the Braves are looking at a 15-yard pickup needed for a first down.
We'll turn around and go the other way. The Braves now are running from left to right.
At their own 23.
2 receivers to the right. 1 up top on the left. Ross back to pass. Screen pass complete to Canley as a flag is down. Canley makes a nifty move and gets out to the 40 before he's brought down. So the flag down at the 25.
Going to be just shy of the first down, and I think it's going to be a holding on
the. Yep, it's probably going to come back. Some sort of a procedure call against the Braves. We'll call it a false start. Move the ball. We're playing musical penalties right now. Yeah. Back and forth we go. The ball back to the 18-yard line. This time the down will count, however. I think.
Shouldn't. It was a false start.
Well, the sideline says second. The scoreboard says first. I've looked for first, actually, because that shouldn't have counted. Back to pass is Kevin Ross, and this one was knocked away, blocked in the end zone. Incomplete. Batted down behind the line of scrimmage. Great defensive play. And a flag down on the far sideline. Clock stop with 11:25 left here in the second quarter. First, we're going to sort out the flag. Then somebody needs to sort out the down.
Sideline warning, apparently.
Okay. Now the clock running. I still think it should only be second down, but the sideline says third. Ross from the shotgun. This one is picked off. A little screen pass picked off by Braden Bruss, who got into the backfield and just stole that one right out of the sky, stepped in front of the route, and trotted in untouched for the score. So all of a sudden, second down or third down doesn't make any difference, because it is now 19-7.
11-19.
Tartans content to line up to go for 1 point after. This kick is away and good. As Mike said, 11 minutes, 19 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The home team has extended its lead. It's now Tartans 20, Braves 7. You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
100.9 on the Braves Radio Network.
I want to thank another one of our sponsors this evening, our good friends over at Surf Connection. Thank you, Robin. We very much appreciate your support of local sports and local hometown radio. You've been with us all season long. You're here for the playoffs, and we love you for it. The Surf Connection, folks. High end over end kick.
Taken at about the 1.
That's Dickerson on the far side. They'll get across the 20 to about the 23-yard line before he's racked up and stacked up.
Tried to reverse field and was unsuccessful.
He did reverse direction, however. I was in directly backward when he got hit. First down for the Braves. They will put it officially at the 23. 11 minutes and 12 seconds till halftime. 20-7. Tartans on top of the Braves. Gavin Ross from the shotgun. Fakes the pitch to the sweet man. Gives the ball to Canley up the middle. And they'll get across the 25 to about the 26 for a gain of about 3 yards for Sheldon. We'll call it 2nd and 7 for the Braves. Two receivers here to the near side for Lompoc. One up top.
Still have not seen Coleman.
And the snap gets away from Kevin Ross. It's loose in the backfield. He tries to pick it up. It's still loose. Volleyballed around, and I think the Tartans have got it. They do. And that's just a case of trying to pick up the ball when you should just lay down on it.
Yep.
And things are spiraling out of control here for Lompoc early. A pick six on the last play. A bobbled snap on this one. And a couple of turnovers in the row. And the Tartans threatening to run away with this one. 1st and 10, Glendora from the Lompoc 18.
We talked about the things the Lompoc needed to do to win. Those are not it.
These were not on that list.
No.
Right. Jacob Gonzalez gives the ball to Noah Acuna. Breaking tackles and powering his way all the way down to the 5-yard line before finally brought down. And Noah Acuna is one tough physical running back.
I tell you, that pile was mighty and just kept moving.
First and goal, Glendora from the Lompoc 5. Lacuna again off a left tackle. He's in. Touchdown, Tartans. Noah Lacuna from 5 yards out, and all of a sudden it's 26-7 with the point after pending.
10:05 to go in the second quarter.
Kick is up and good. Sammy Gandor, the kicker for the Tartans, puts that one through the uprights. And with 10 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, the home team has extended its lead. It's the Glendora Tartans 27, the Lompoc Braves 7. And it looked pretty promising there for a little bit there while the Braves were successful in their first possession of the evening. Since then, it's kind of gone south for the Braves. Nothing going right for Lompoc at the moment.
Are you saying that their fortunes have turned over, Greg?
Yes, perhaps. They'll kick this one away. This one will be in the end zone for a touchback. Breaking with tradition, letting this one fly. Dickerson fields it with 1 foot in the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and the Braves will take over at the 20. 10 minutes, 5 seconds left till halftime. And dare I say, the Braves need to get something going in this possession before this one gets too out of hand. Last 2 possessions for the Braves, 2 turnovers. Let's see if we can get better than that. To the ground game we go, right up the middle, out to about the 24. I believe that was Oscar Tenario on the carry, his first of the night. Out to the 24-yard line, gain of 3. Maybe 4.
Yeah.
3.5, 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6 just because we like him. 3 receivers set for the Braves. Fakes a handoff inside. Slant pass complete. And down at the 37-yard line. That was Christian Duarte Tenario, number 9. Another one of Cavan's go-to receivers. Out to the 37, and that will move the chains for the Braves. First down, Lompoc from there. 9:11 left on the second quarter clock, indicating an emergency for the Braves. They need to do something in a hurry. Right up the middle goes Oscar, fighting for yardage into Tartan territory down to the 47-yard line. Entirely different style of running between Oscar Tenario and Sheldon Canley. 16-yard gain for Oscar Tenario. And another first down for the Braves from the Glendora 47. Oscar again breaks it to the outside. Stiff arms one guy and goes down at about the 42. So a gain of about 5. Oscar will come out. Canley back in.
8:15 and counting in the second quarter.
2nd and 5 Braves from the Glendora 42. 3 receivers set, 1 left, 2 right. Canley off of the left tackle, gets about a yard is all to the 41. Third down and 4 yards to go for the Braves from the 41. You need to get down to the 37. Clock running, 7:45 remaining till halftime. You get the feeling it's almost
It's go time.
It's very important that the Braves score on this possession. Kenley again, trying to fight his way to the first down marker, and I think he got there.
Yes, I believe he did. Ross came up under center, and they ran off tackle on the left side.
They'll give him forward progress to the 36. That's 1 yard more than he needed. First down Braves from there.
7:16 remaining in the quarter.
The Braves will send 3 receivers here to the right side. Nobody up top on the short side of the field. Ross under center, offset I formation. They'll stick it to the ground game. That was Sheldon Canley once again down to the 30, just inside the 30 it looks like, to about the 29.
Pickup of about 6.
Almost 7, actually, just inside the 30. We'll call it 2nd and 3. 3.5, any way you want to look at it.
They managed to slide over through the B gap on the right side.
Fakes the handoff, slant to Morgan again. That one's worked before. Keep running it until they stop it. Ryan Morgan down to the 20. First down Braves on a good-looking possession for Lompoc after a couple of really bad possessions. First down Lompoc from the Tartan 20-yard line. Clock running. We're halfway through the second quarter at the 6-minute mark. Ross going to the end zone on the far sideline. Jump ball. And is it picked off? No, incomplete. Almost intercepted. And that was dangerous.
Yes, it was. Ross was looking at his receiver the entire time, and
that was Christian Duarte Tenorio, the intended receiver back there in the far corner of the end zone. Ended up a jump ball. Receiver had plenty of time to get under that, but couldn't get a handle on it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 Braves from the 20. Kylan Daniels in motion. Handoff is to Canley, sweeping right.
Pickup of about 7.
Yep, take it down to the 13 or so. Yep, call it the 14. And a 3rd down and 4 for Lompoc.
And I think the Braves are in 2-down territory, right?
I would agree. From what we've seen of the Tartans, I don't think field goals are going to do us much good tonight.
No.
High formation for the Braves. Deep back is Canley. He's got the first down just inside the 10. And it will be 1st and goal Braves. The ball just inside the 10-yard line of the Tartans. Just over 5 minutes remaining here till halftime. It's 27-7. Glendora leading the Braves. Lompoc trying to answer here.
And we have whistles.
Timeout on the field called by, show me, Glendora.
It's their first.
Stops the clock with 4:59 remaining in the second quarter. Glendora 27, Lompoc 7. Lompoc trying to recover after giving the ball up 2 times in a row in the last couple of possessions. You really get the sense that Lompoc needs to score on this possession to keep in this ball game. As quickly as the Tartans have been able to put the ball in the end zone, there's plenty of time left in this quarter. They can do it again. Looking across the field, a smattering of folks made the trip down the 210 to cheer on the Braves tonight.
Made their way down a whole succession of freeways.
Sometimes they were more parking lots than freeways to be actual. But we've had worse drives. Okay, here we go. 1st and goal Braves. Oscar Tenario gets walloped after a gain of about 2. I think that might have been Hunter Heflin on the stop.
Yeah.
Gain of a couple will be second and goal from the 8.
Looked like Oscar had a little bit of a fissure over there, and then the bottom fell out, or fell on him or something. He got thumped.
He got stopped in a big hurry.
With emphasis.
Yes. Second and goal from the 8. 3 receivers set for Lompoc. 2 wides, 1 in the slot. That's Morgan in the right slot. Ball is loose in the backfield. Ross picks it up, throws into the end zone, incomplete. That's exactly what happened to us a couple of possessions ago. And again, rather than falling on it to maintain possession, Ross tried to pick it up. This time he got a handle on it and was able to get the pass away. But the Braves dodged a disaster.
Indeed.
But it is now third down and goal from the 8. Clock stop, 4:12 remaining till halftime. 27-7, Glendora leads. The pitch on the sweep. No, the fake pitch. Ross rolls right, throws on the run. Incomplete, intended for Ryan Morgan at the goal line. And that's fourth and goal, and the field goal unit will come out.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, fourth and 8 is a bit.
Fourth and goal from the 8, and the Braves will bring out Aldo Anguiano for a 25-yard field goal attempt.
At least they'll line up for one.
Yes. Bradley Waite, the holder, he is the backup quarterback, remember. Low snap. Waite gets it down. The kick is away. And good. So the Braves put some points on the board. Not the 7 they were hoping for, but every 3 helps. 4 minutes exactly remaining until halftime. It's now Glendora 27, Lompoc 10. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com. Live around the world on the World Wide Web. Let's thank another one of our sponsors, our good friends at Tom's Burgers. Kim, thank you so much. I know you're listening. Appreciate you being with us tonight. All season long, every season, for as long as I can remember. Tom's Burgers, thank you so much. Remember, folks, when you see our sponsors downtown or in their places of business, please tell them thank you for supporting KPEG Radio and local sports. High end over end kick fielded at the 5. That's number 15 on the return. Cade Marshman, and he gets out to the 30 before he's tripped up. Let's take this moment to say howdy. We have a penalty actually here on the Tartans on the return. Let them figure that out, and we'll say hi to Mary. Zita. Izzy and Mikey. I'm not sure if they're there also, but just in case, we'll say hi to Daniel and Sammy too, so I don't get in trouble.
Okay. Shout out to Deborah and Wally, who I understand are listening today too.
Move the ball back to the 10-yard line after the penalty. That's where Glendora will take over, 1st and 10. Acuno on the first down carry picks up a couple to the 12. Second and 8 from the 12-yard line. Clock running, 3:40 remaining till half. Braves able to come up with a field goal on their last possession and take the score to 27-10.
And what they really need to come up with is a stop.
Yes, that would be essential to success.
Jed Rance helped out on that last one, finally holding Acuna to reasonable yardage.
Looks like the Tartans will line up with 5 receivers this time. Trips left, 2 up top. Gonzalez alone in the backfield. from the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. Going to keep it himself. Got a big lane on the far sideline. And gets out of bounds around his own 35 without being touched. Jacob Gonzalez showing he's got some legs as well as a good arm. And looking at the rushing numbers for Gonzalez, that is not his usual MO. He has a minus 21 yards on the year.
Well, he did.
Not anymore.
We're going to put the ball at the 37.
Running is not what he does.
At that time, everybody had their back to him, and he took off on the right side. And
intercepted almost. Joker Dickerson jumped that route and had the ball in his hands at the 35 and would have walked into the end zone untouched, but it slipped through his fingers and onto the ground. A terrific anticipation play by Dickerson. He just couldn't get a grip on the ball. And that could have been a game changer right there, Mike.
yes.
That was 6 points in Dickerson's hand. As it is, it's 2nd and 10 from the 37. Trips right this time. Triangle formation. 2 here to the near side. 1 wide, 1 slot. Receiver screen on the far side, complete, but falls forward for 1 yard only. Braden Bruss on the catch and stumble, we'll call it, for a gain of a yard. 3rd down and 9. Clock running, 2:35 remaining till halftime. 27-10 is our score. Glendora leads. Same formation for the Tartans. 3 right,
Huge
2
third
left.
down.
Yes, the Braves need to stop here for sure. Back to pass is Gonzalez. Low throw, but complete. Falls down about the 48-yard line for a first down, maybe? No, going to call it incomplete. Thought he got his hands under that one on the dive. They say no. So it'll be 4th down and 9. And the offense is staying on the field for the Tartans. Interesting. And now they'll shift.
Yeah.
Offense will come back off. The punt team comes running on. And Dickerson will go back deep for the Braves about his own 25. First punt of the night for the Tartans. This one will be angled off to the far sideline.
First punt of the night, period.
And takes a beautiful Tartan roll and goes out of bounds around the 10.
Got about 15 or 16 on that bounce and roll.
Very nicely done. They'll put it at the 11. The Braves will have 1 minute and 53 seconds and 2 timeouts before halftime. Glendora leads 27-10. The Braves would dearly love to put 7 on the board before halftime. What that would do to change the momentum a bit.
That would help considerably.
Yes, indeed.
But they have a long field to go.
And they think back to that dropped interception.
Yeah.
The Braves will line up with 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Kevin Ross alone in an empty backfield. And whistles, and what do we got now? Timeout?
I think we have a Glendora timeout because they had 2 guys covering the 3 receivers over on the left side.
Well, going to charge it to the Braves.
Yeah. That's surprising.
Okay, Braves with 1 timeout remaining, and they could have probably used that one a little better down the field some. But they'll burn it here. 1:53 left till half. Braves want to get it right, and I can't argue with that.
Well, hopefully They will exercise the 2-minute drill a little more efficiently than the Chargers did last time.
Yes. Go Raiders, but wow. Okay, so we'll line up and do this again. 3 right, 1 up top. As the Braves will change formation. Ross back to pass, looking right all the way. Throw is incomplete, but a flag down at the point of contact at the 19-yard line, where you would expect an interference call, but who are they going to call it on is the question. That was on the far side of the field, right down there by the sideline on the Lompoc bench. And holding called against the Tartans. Move the ball up 10 yards. It'll be at the 21. First down for the Braves from there. Same formation for Lompoc. 3 right, 1 left. Canley in the backfield. Ross throws complete to Morgan at about the 25. He'll get ridden out of bounds at about the 27. Nice gain of about 6 or 7. Ball at 6, 2nd and 4 for Lompoc. Ball out at the 26.
Clock running.
Ross the throw deep down the near sideline. This one will be overthrown and incomplete, intended for Kylan Daniels at about the 40. Cade Marshman back there on defense for the Tartans. Clock stop with 1:12 remaining till halftime. It'll be 3rd down, Braves. 3rd and 4 from their own 27-yard line.
And Ross basically chucked that back as far as I think he could, and it was well over everybody.
A little too far.
Yeah.
3 receivers to the left this time, 1 here to the short side of the field. Canley in the backfield with Ross.
Moves him over to the wide side.
And whistles again. What do we got? Timeout Braves. Lompoc will use their final timeout. Interesting use of stoppages. Okay. 1:12 on the first half clock. 27-10 is the score of the hometown Glendora Tartans leading the visitors Lompoc Braves. Braves doing everything they can to get this right, but they just used their final timeout of the half.
Still 27-10.
And now with only a minute 12 left till halftime, the Braves can no longer stop the clock.
They did finally manage to get a stop of the Glendora offense, however.
Yep, that was in the last possession. They forced a first punt of the night for the Tartans. So it's a good start.
If you're trying to fill a hole, the first thing you do is stop digging.
Yep. So a big 3rd down conversion here for the Braves. 4 receivers set for Lompoc. Ross back to pass, plenty of time. Throws this one down the near sideline, out of bounds and incomplete.
Caught by Daniels.
But about 3 yards past the out of bounds line.
Yeah.
But those don't count. 4th down Braves, 4th and 4. Looks like they will. Gunnar Thomas will come out to punt this one away. First Lompoc punt of the night, isn't that right, man?
Correct.
Not a lot of punting going on.
Only the 5th Braves possession, if I'm counting right.
2 scores, 2 turnovers, and a punt. Ooh, very short kick, high, wobbly, fielded at midfield. Ooh, big hit. Ball comes loose, and Lompoc's got it at the 49-yard line. A big hit. And the ball took a friendly bounce for the Braves, didn't go out of bounds, stayed in the field of play. And it looked like Christian Duarte Tenario was there to fall on it for Lompoc. And that's one way to get a first down, I guess.
Yep. Was doing it the hard way, though. 56 seconds.
The Braves will retake possession. I guess they never really lost it, or did they?
Yeah.
Well, just for a moment.
For a few seconds. The ball's at their own 49.
First and 10 from there with 56 seconds remaining in the half. Ross from the shotgun, looking left all the way, throws complete. Little curl. Tackled at the 46-yard line on the Glendora side of the 50. Gain of about 5. Put it at the 45. It'll be 2nd and 4. Hurry up offense for the Braves. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Clock running 35 seconds. Ross back to pass again. Complete. As Duarte Tenario and out of bounds on the far sideline, he goes after a first down at the 33
with 30 seconds remaining.
Make it the 34. Half a minute to go here till halftime. Braves trying to punch one in. First and 10. Ross going deep to the end zone. Overthrown and incomplete. Highland Daniels, the intended receiver, at the goal line. It'll be a 2nd and 10 for the Braves from the 34-yard line. 25 seconds remaining in the half. Braves back up to the line quickly. They know what they want to do. They got go routes on either side. Ross on the run, throws incomplete on the far sideline. Incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down and 10 with 20 seconds remaining here in the half. It's 27-10. The Tartans leading the Braves. Lompoc desperately trying to punch this one in before halftime. 3rd and 10 from the 34.
Braves shifting guys all over the formation. End up with 3 wide right, and now we've got a...
Must be a timeout by the Tartans because the Braves don't have any. That is correct. Glendora will keep the clock stalled at 20 seconds. Make sure they've got their defense lined up correctly.
Braves shifted a bunch of guys around, and I think they ended up with a matchup that Glendora did not particularly care for.
20 seconds left on the first half clock. It's 27-10. The Tartans lead the Braves. Lompoc looking at a 3rd down and 10 from the Glendora 34-yard line. Looking across the way, we see Aldo Anguiano warming up over there.
It'd be interesting to see if the Braves come up short of the first down on this one, whether we see Aldo or Kevin Ross.
Might depend on how much of this 10 yards they get. Be an awful long one from here. Ross back to pass. Fights off some pressure from the backside, and he's going to get dropped for back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Good job by Kevin Ross to actually hold on to the ball because he got blindsided. And it's 4th down and 10. The Braves will go for it. Nope, whistles. The clock has run out. Couldn't get a play off before halftime. So a big defensive play by the Tartan defense will end the first half. The Braves come up empty, trying to punch one in by halftime. Can't get it done, so we'll go to the locker room. 2 quarters done here at Citrus Community College. Our score is Glendora 27, Lompoc 10. It's been a good one, but the Braves are going to have to make some adjustments and come out ready for a second half if they want their season to continue.
The difference so far has been that the Braves have 0 points off 2 turnovers, and Glendora has 14.
Yeah, that is
13.
A big difference. All right, we're going to send it back to the KPEG studios for some pertinent information about things going on in and around the Lompoc Valley, and we will see you back here at Citrus Community College for the second half in about 15 minutes. You're listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I got smart about protecting my job. Now, I'm doing better than ever.
For everything from how to build an emergency fund to how to deal with job uncertainty, smartaboutmoney.org has the answers you're looking for.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey, football fans, do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. KPEG listeners, have we got a deal for you? Now, we know you enjoy hearing all of our great music and special programming, but how would you like to hear yourself on your favorite radio station? Too good to be true, you say? No way! If you are a dedicated KPEG fan, you're invited to stop by the studio and record your very own station ID or tribute. We'll add it to our rotation, so when you tune into KPEG, you just might hear yourself on the air. Give us a call at 875-2750. That's 875-2750, and we'll tell you how. It's simple, it's fun, it's free, and it's right here on Lompoc's very own 100.9 KPEG. The Lompoc Library is once again offering free homework help. The Homework Club is held in the Children's Department of the Lompoc Library and is available to all students kindergarten through 12th grade. A volunteer tutor is there to help every Tuesday and Wednesday from 3:30 to 5:30 throughout the school year. Homework Club is a drop-in program, so there is no need to register. For more information on the Homework Club, call the Lompoc Library at 875-8781. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area.
and not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rock and oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard, some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage. But the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG.
Dad! Come on! Over here! Look at this, Dad! Over... Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, biking, fishing, or camping. Or do your own thing when you get there with family and friends. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying KPEG's live coverage of tonight's playoff game featuring the Lompoc Braves and the Glendora Tartans. If the Braves are victorious tonight, they'll move on to the quarterfinals next week against the winner of the Diamond Ranch versus Etiwanda game being played tonight in Pomona. And if the Braves play on, so do we. Whoever the opponent, wherever they play, KPEG Radio will be there to call the action. Pre-game is scheduled to start at 6:45, featuring our exclusive interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones, with the kickoff to follow at 7 o'clock. It's the Lompoc Braves in round 2 of the CIF Southern Section Division 5 playoffs next Friday night. And you need look no further than your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The City Council meetings are your window into how Lompoc works. You can even speak to the council and let them know how you feel. But if you can't be there in person, you can always follow along on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and the web at cityoflompoc.com. That's right, we'll be there on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you all the comments, discussions, and votes. So tune in for a live trimulcast of your city council meetings, only on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and cityoflompoc.com.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Fire, flood, hazardous spills, active shooter, extreme weather. In Santa Barbara County, there are things you need to know. If we can't reach you, we can't alert you. Sign up for Santa Barbara County Emergency Alerts today. To receive alerts via email, cell, and landline, sign up online at www.awareandprepare.org. Or for limited emergency information, text your zip code to 888-777 because you need to know.
Don't have a car? Too far to walk? Bike in the shop? Welcome aboard Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit. Sit back and let us do the driving. Colt serves the communities of Lompoc, Mission Hills, and Vandenberg Village. We offer comfort, low fares, convenience, free transfers, and great service. For more information and free trip planning assistance, give us a call at 736-7666 or visit us on the web at cityoflompoc.com/transit.
So, you want to know what's new on KPEG? Well, we've created the perfect solution, and we call it KPEG New Tracks. Every week, we'll showcase some of the new songs we've recently added to the mix, plus preview some tracks that haven't even made it into rotation yet. From indie to heavy metal, you'll hear some great new additions to the library, complete with artist and song title information. And who knows, one of them may turn out to be your next favorite song. Can you afford not to listen? It's KPEG New Tracks.
Catch it every Friday night at 6 p.m. right here on your home for the greatest collection of rock and roll on the planet, 100.9 KPEG.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich? No. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I shop and cook for my mom every week.
I help my dad pay his bills.
I take my wife to the doctor.
Am I a caregiver?
Are you caring for a senior parent, spouse, or friend? Do you spend time helping with meals, shopping, or personal care? Are you stressed? Do you have less time for yourself? You are not alone. Nearly 1 in 6 people in Lompoc are caregivers. Visit caringtogetherlompoc.org or call 925-9554.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying KPEG's live coverage of tonight's playoff game featuring the Lompoc Braves and the Glendora Tartans. If the Braves are victorious tonight, they'll move on to the quarterfinals next week against the winner of the Diamond Ranch versus Etiwanda game being played tonight in Pomona. And if the Braves play on, so do we. Whoever the opponent, wherever they play, KPEG Radio will be there to call the action. Pre-game is scheduled to start at 6:45, featuring our exclusive interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones, with the kickoff to follow at 7 o'clock. It's the Lompoc Braves in round 2 of the CIF Southern Section Division 5 playoffs next Friday night. And you need look no further than your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Hi, I'm Casey Farah, your host for KPEG's Local Music Hour. Playing music from Lompoc and the surrounding cities. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. Right here on KPEG 100.9 FM.
Make a difference in your community and apply to be on the grand jury of Santa Barbara County. The grand jury investigates county government, municipalities, and special districts' use of your tax dollars. Jurors see the inner workings of government, not available to most people. And for the convenience of northern Santa Barbara County grand jurors, video conferencing is now available in Santa Maria. Apply today at sbcgj.org or pick up an application at any Santa Barbara County courthouse.
Hey Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work? If your organization has a nonprofit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do. You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
The World Wide Web has many things to offer, and one of those things is Tap TV. Just surf your browser to cityoflompoc.com/taptv. Click on any one of our 3 channels and you'll see original, locally produced television. Between shows, we have a bulletin board loaded with announcements and events in Lompoc, with rockin' KPEG radio as the soundtrack. It doesn't stop there. You can make your own TV show. Just stop by the Lompoc Media Center at 125 West Walnut on the 3rd floor of the Anderson Rec Center, and we'll show you how.
Well, welcome back to Citrus Community College, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Ratcliffe and Mike Loney here for round 1 of the CIF Southern Section Division 5 football playoffs presented by Ford. At halftime, it's the Glendora Tartans 27, the Lompoc Braves 10. Mike, the Braves hurt themselves with turnovers and mistakes more than anything else, I think, is the story tonight.
Indeed. Also showed some difficulty in running the ball. They had around 60 yards on 20 carries, which isn't spectacular. They had 20 passes, 10 completions for 140 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So offensively, not spectacular. Defensively, they had some brief lapses, and when you're shooting yourself in the foot, it's hard to dance. So,
well, turnovers, the big story of this game at this point. Glendora has 13 points off of turnovers. The Braves have none.
Yeah, although each side has been able to generate some turnovers. Lompoc had a turnover in the making that they couldn't quite convert. That would have been 6. And
it did cause a turnover on a kick return.
So when the difference between making plays and almost making plays is often the difference in winning and not winning.
Well, one of these teams has 24 minutes left in their season. Let's see who it is as we get underway here in the second half. The Tartans will kick off to the Braves. This one fielded right at the 1-yard line. That's Joker Dickerson. And the ball is loose. And the Tartans have it
at the Lompoc 16.
Well, that is not the way the Braves wanted to start the second half. I can guarantee you that. Any adjustments and enthusiasm they built up in the locker room just went away. Turnover on the opening half opening kickoff of the second half, and the Tartans have the ball, 1st and 10 at the Braves' 16-yard line. And if that wasn't enough of a crusher, if the Tartans score here, that's Acuna, bounces off the first contact and fights his way down to about the 11. Actually got hit in the backfield for a loss and powers his way for a gain of about 5.
And they have had a great deal of difficulty in putting Acuna on the ground. It's pick up a 5 that time, and when he had no business getting anything.
2nd and 5 from the 11. 2 receivers bunched up here to the left. 2 up top. Lob to the end zone. Pass is incomplete. No flag. Although Cade Marshman was begging for one. Throw to the back pylon, incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 from the 11. (27-10) is our score. The Glendora Tartans lead the Lompoc Braves here early in the 3rd quarter.
And it will be very interesting if Glendora does not convert on this 3rd down.
Now, what do they do in this case?
What they do.
Yep. They have yet to have to resort to thinking about a field goal, but I wonder if they would take that into consideration. And whistles. And do we have an early timeout? Looks like we might. Yes, timeout called by the Tartans. Clock reads 11 minutes, 12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. It's a 27-10 Glendora lead. And they're trying to add to that here early in the 3rd.
If the Braves can hold them to 3 here, that would be a win of sorts.
A minor victory anyway.
Yeah.
And we should note, if you were with us here at the beginning of the game, just before the opening kickoff, and you were able to hear the national anthem performed by the marching band from Glendora High School, I hope you were as impressed as we were, and I'm sorry that you were unable to hear the halftime performance, because I'll tell you what, these kids are really good.
They rattled off a list of recent tournaments, and I think the worst they finished was 3rd.
Yeah, these guys are good. Back to football. Their football team's not bad either. They lead 27-10, and here they're looking at a 3rd and 5. 2 receivers to either side. That was a direct snap to Braden Russ, who's going to get wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. The Braves all over that one.
Yeah, that was Coleman.
It'll be 4th down after a loss of about 2 or 3. Call it 3. 4th and 8. And indeed, the Tartans will come out with the field goal unit.
31-yard attempt here, at least that they're lining up for.
Sammy Gandor to kick. The Braves get in there and try and block that one, and distorted it a little bit, I think, and it'll go wide left. Certainly affected the way Gandor was able to kick it. So the Lompoc Braves defense does what they needed to do. Get the stop for only the 2nd time this game. And after the quick turnover, the Braves will take possession of the ball again. 1st and 10 at their own 21.
8th possession for the Braves. Begins at 10:27 in the 3rd quarter.
Ball didn't make it to the end zone, so it's 1st and 10 at the 20. Morgan moves over to the left tight end position. And this running play will get completely destroyed into the backfield. 3 black jerseys around him. Loss of 4. 3 back to the 17. 2nd and 13 for the Braves.
That was a bit of a charitable spot.
Big defensive play there by the Tartans.
Braves' running game has not been terribly impressive.
Pass by Ross, batted down at the line of scrimmage. Number 12 on a nice defensive play there by the Tartans, knocks that one down. Second time he's done that tonight. 3rd down for the Braves, 3rd and 13. Clock stop with 9:46 remaining in the third quarter. It's 27-10. Glendale on top.
Braves once again in a wide open formation. 3 right, 1 left, 1 back.
Ross back to pass, looking right all the way. Throws this one. Falls incomplete. Looked like it almost might have been tipped.
It was, I believe, by the intended receiver, but it was high.
So the Braves, with a 3 and out, will be forced to punt this one away. Gunnar Thomas standing just outside his goal line at about the 2. 1 man deep at midfield for the Tartans.
His first punt wasn't extraordinary, but it turned out well.
Better effort this time, but not all that long. It'll angle out of bounds on the far sideline by the Lompoc bench at around the 42 or so. Let's see where they end up with it. Looks like the 44 is where they'll spot that. And Glendora will take over 1st and 10 on the Braves side of the 50. With 9:35 left here in the third quarter, Tartans leading 27-10.
On KPEG 100.9, Lompoc, California.
Glendora not able to take advantage of the Lompoc turnover on the last possession. And see what they do here this time. Into the running game they go. Acuna dives forward to the 40.
Pick up a 4.
I'm going to put it at the 41 for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Good to see Coleman out there on defense. Got that wrap on the right hand, but we still have not yet to see him carry the ball. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case tonight. Or else they probably already would have seen it. 2nd and 7. Gonzalez from the shotgun. Gives it to Acuna. Big hole streaking down the near sideline. 1 man to beat. Gets hit at the 5 and out of bounds, and that was the aforementioned Leandre Coleman there to make the stop and save the touchdown.
He had to come from...
He came from where on the other linebacker position. All the way across the field. And his 1st and goal, looks like he's going to say he stepped out at the... Where is it? The 9? 1st and goal from there.
8:44.
Takes the handout to Acuna, does Gonzalez, bootlegs right, and throws this one into the end zone, and there was nobody home.
Yeah.
I think a little miscommunication on the route, perhaps.
Well, I think there was some miscommunication on the fact that he had Mr. Coleman about 6 inches from his face.
Yeah, that'll help you miscommunicate a lot of things. 2nd and goal from the 9. Clock stopped, 8:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Tartans trying to add to a 27-10 lead.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like they have been deep in Lompoc territory this entire game.
Acuna off a right tackle, gets a little bit of room, maybe a yard is all.
Yeah. I tell you, he is wiggly.
wiggly and powerful. Third down and goal from the 8.
Ready to shift the interior of their line.
One receiver wide to either side. Acuna, the lone back. Now he'll shift over to Gonzalez's left side. Gonzalez back to pass. Throws to the end zone. This one will be incomplete. Marshman, the intended receiver. It'll be fourth and goal, and looks like another field goal attempt here for the Tartans. As Sammy Gandor will come out again. This one will be about 25 yards from the left hash mark.
This would be an excellent time for a block.
Got some pressure, but this one will go up and through. So from 25 yards out, Gandor makes good and adds 3 more to the home team score with 7:51 remaining here in the third quarter. It's now Glendora 30, Lompoc 10. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
100.9, Lompoc, California.
What he said. That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back in the studio. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Also want to thank our good friend Box Shop Bob over at the Box Shop for being one of our sponsors in the press box this evening. Thanks, Bob, for your support of local sports and local hometown radio. The Box Shop.
Braves only had 10 players on the field and brought another one out.
Always helps to have 11. Yeah. Kick this one away, 2 yards deep into the end zone for the touchback. Fielded by Dickerson. So the Braves will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Down by 20. Plenty of time to go, but no time to waste.
Indeed. Braves hanging on by a fingernail, but they aren't hanging on. We have seen stranger things, Greg.
Even this very season. Ross, under center, hands the ball off to Sheldon Canley, who picks his way for a couple of yards, maybe 3 off the left side. Out to the 23 goes Canley, and it'll be 2nd and 7. The winner of this game, and just so you know, will face the winner of another game going on, a Diamond Ranch versus Etowanda, playing this evening. That will be in the quarterfinals a week from tonight.
The winner of that one presumably will get to take on the 2nd seed Oxnard if they win through.
A swing pass out here, incomplete. Intended for Adam Lazaro.
Under heavy pressure.
Lazaro, the owner of Lompoc's lone touchdown reception of the night. Can't get his hands on that one. It'll be 3rd down and 7. And Lazaro will take a seat. One receiver to the left, 3 here to the near side. Ross, back to pass, looks right, throws left, complete. Duarte Tenario gets across the 30 through the 32-yard line. That'll be enough for a Braves 1st down.
Marshman on the stop, but not before a Braves 1st down with 6:50 to go.
Out to the 34. 1st and 10 from there.
11-yard pickup out to the 34.
Back to the ground game we go. Canley will take it. Get across the 35 to about the 36. Another couple for Canley. Tartan defense has pretty much had Canley in check tonight.
Yeah.
But as we have seen so many times already this year, Sheldon can break a big one in a hurry.
Yes, he can.
And this would be a good time to do it, although right at the moment he's resting on the sideline. Ross back to pass. Throws this one incomplete, intended for Ryan Morgan. That'll stop the clock with triple nickels across the board. 5:55 remaining here in the third. It'll be third down and 8 for the Braves from their own 36. 4 receivers set again for the Braves. Ross takes 3 steps to his left, heaves this one down the field, and caught. Is he in bounds? Yes. Duarte Tenario completed midfield. Nice diving catch.
Indeed.
By Christian Duarte Tenario at the 49-yard line. That's the Tartan side of the 50. It'll be 1st and 10 Braves from there.
Pickup of 18.
Real nice effort to come up with that one. Back to the ground game. That's Oscar. Tenario gets down to the 47, gain of a couple for number 8. And again, Lompoc looking at 2nd and 8. 2 yards on first down has kind of been the norm for the Braves this evening. That puts you a little bit behind the chains before you get started.
And coming into the season, we mentioned 3 players on offense, Coleman, Fairbairn, and Morgan. And of those 3, Morgan has touched the ball 3 times tonight.
Duarte Tenario again complete on the far sideline, gets down to about the 36. That'll be another first down Lompoc. So number 9 getting some good work in this evening, getting some good results for the Braves. 1st and 10 at the Glendora 36. Two wides, one to either side. Morgan in the slot to the right.
And we have flags. I believe Glendora was offsides.
Like somebody leaned across the line and made contact. That'll give the Braves a free 5 yards down to the 31. Take all the help we can get. 1st and 5 from there. Clock running, 4:45 remaining here in the third. 30-10 is the score. Glendora on top. Braves trying to get one in the end zone here. Fakes the handoff up the middle. Swing pass incomplete. Duarte Tenario. And a flag comes in for the hit.
He got clobbered up above around the head, up above the shoulders certainly, and
flag came in a little bit late, but I think it's a good call because he got rocked up towards the head and neck area.
One of the Glendora players turned and said to the guy who made the hit, "What the hell were you doing?" At least that's what it looked like.
Not that we can read lips from all the way up here.
He turned and gave him a body expression that was like, "What in the?"
Zebra huddle, and this is going to be called against the Tartans, as we expected. The officials did discuss it. Came up with a conclusion. The penalty will stand, and it'll come all the way down to the 12-yard line. As you might have heard,
the crowd here,
the fans didn't like it.
At the home of the Citrus College Fighting Owls, we're not happy with it. But,
first down Braves now from the 12-yard line, or is it the 11? It's not the 11.
4:31 to go in the third quarter.
2 wides, 2 backs. 1 man in motion now. And the whistles, and what do we got? Timeout Braves. Four minutes, 34 seconds remaining here in the third. The Braves suspend a timeout.
That's the first Braves timeout of the half. After they used their full complement in the first half.
2 timeouts remaining for both teams now. The Braves will have a first down and 10 from the Tartan 11-yard line when they get back to action. Glendora leading 30-10. Over halfway through the third quarter here, the Braves really need to punch this one in.
Yep.
And then start getting some defensive help.
They have had some opportunities, but they have not been able to take advantage of them.
A couple of
red zone visits that came up short of a full complement.
A couple of very costly turnovers for the Braves, and one turnover that could have been going the other way. You know, the difference in this one. So here we go, first and 10. Ross from the shotgun. The sweep, throws the ball up to another man, picked off in midair by a Glendora Tartan. That's number 3, Braden Ross, and he's going to run 80 yards untouched into the end zone on the other end of the field on a very ill-advised desperation play in the backfield. Duarte Tenario took the ball from Kevin Ross on a pitch. He got hit immediately, and instead of going down, put the ball up in the air to, I think, Kylan Daniels, who was in the neighborhood. But Braden Bruss right there in a black jersey to pick it off out of the sky and run it 80 yards unabated for a touchdown. And that could be the dagger right there.
If it isn't, it sure looks like it.
Turnovers killing the Braves tonight.
Yep.
Point after coming up. It's away. It is up. It is good. It is no good. Wow. But I saw it go through. It did not. It was wide right. So, for the second time tonight, Braden Bruss picks the ball out of the air and takes it for 6. And with 4:14 remaining here in the third quarter, it is now Glendora 36, Lompoc 10. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
Cienfuente Nuevo, Lompoc, California, on the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back in the studio, and you are wherever you are listening on the radio or on the internet. Thank you for being with us. Kickoff is in the air. It'll be fielded at the 1-yard line by Dickerson, and he's going to get rocked at the 17-yard line. And a late flag comes in. Looked like that was Matt Gonzalez on the hit. Looked clean. Good solid hit, but a flag is down at the point of contact. And we'll see what this one's about. I didn't see anything particularly egregious about that. No. Good solid football play. Yeah. Helmet contact for the second time tonight against the Tartans. Will move the ball all the way out to the 32-yard line. Braves will take over there, first and 10 with 4:09, one of your favorite household cleaners, on the clock.
Maybe it will scrub away the memory of the turnovers, but I doubt it.
6 more points off the turnovers for the Tartans tonight.
Yeah.
That makes 19 of them. And that'll kill you. First and 10 Braves. Ross, under center, takes the shotgun and throws incomplete over the head of intended receiver Ryan Morgan at the 45-yard line.
Who was well covered by 3 different players.
All wearing black.
Yeah.
Incomplete pass brings up second and 10 for the Braves. Stops the clock with 4:05 left here in the third quarter. It is now 36-10. Glendora leads. The Braves need to start putting together some quick scoring drives. And more importantly, quit turning the ball over.
Yeah.
2 receivers to either side for Lompoc. Ross from the shotgun. Plenty of time. Swings this one out. Complete And look who's got the ball. Leandre Coleman on offense for the first time tonight. And he'll get it to catch and run and out of bounds at about the 44. First down, Braves. And a player down for the Tartans. That's number 3, Braden Russ, who has made such an impact in this game for Glendora tonight.
I think you could make a great case that he's the player of the game.
No doubt. Having a little trouble getting up down there at the 30-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 3:59 left here in the third quarter. The training staff will come out and take a look at Braden. He's been moving around, which is a good sign. And is being assisted to his feet as we speak. And will walk off on his own power. Good to see. Might have had the wind knocked out of him a little bit, getting a little hydration there, and I think from all indications, looks like he might be okay.
Ball's now out at the 44 of Lompoc.
First down, Braves at that point.
First offensive touch, as Greg mentioned, of the game for Coleman.
He will remain in the game, just to the left of Kevin Ross in the backfield. Ross, back to pass, looking for Coleman on the far side, complete. He'll get across midfield to about the 49-yard line.
Close to another first down, but I think he's a little bit short.
And I believe you're right. About 2 yards to be precise. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2 from the 48. Braves now on the Glendora side of the 50.
Yeah, a little swing pass to the left after the swing pass to the right, so maybe that'll open up the middle a little bit.
Coleman in the backfield again. Slant pass this time to Morgan. We've been successful on that a couple of times already tonight. Not this time, as it's knocked away incomplete at the 40. Glendora says, no, we've seen that movie before. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 2.
I think they have decided that Ryan Morgan is dangerous, and they're going to put 2 guys on him no matter where he goes, including the bus.
Leandre Coleman with his first carry of the night. A couple of catches. Now he's going to run the ball down to the 45. That should be
pickup of about 5.
Yeah,
pick up of 2. The chain, or, the 3. It'll move the chains.
First down from the 45 now.
Got a yard more than he needed.
That's what we're trying to say. Yeah. 3 minutes remaining in the quarter. 36-10 is the score. The Tartans on top. Braves putting together a little offense here in this drive. Ross back to pass again. Complete to Kylan Daniels, and he's out of bounds at the 40. Pickup of 5. 2nd and 5 for the Braves, right at the 40-yard line. 2.5 remaining here in the third quarter. Braves moving the ball. With Leandre Coleman back on the offensive side for Lompoc. Ross back to pass, under pressure, will dump this one off, complete. Nice grab by Ryan Morgan, picks that one up off the ground with his knees and gets forward to about the 32. Another first down for the Braves.
Picked up about 8.
Remember, Morgan's 6'4", and he was running one way and had to lean back the other way and reach down towards his knees to make that catch. So good job by Morgan.
Heck of an athletic move.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage are the Braves, and Leandre Coleman will run it on the far side and get back to the line of scrimmage and not much else. It'll be 2nd and 10 after no gain at the 33. 1:40 left in the third quarter. Ball's at the 32. Clock running. Braves are going to get 2nd and 10. Braves really need a score on this possession. Tight formation by the Braves. Ross going deep to Daniels. Comes at the 8. Kylan Daniels. Complete to Daniels that they're going to put him out of bounds at the 10-yard line. First and goal, Braves. Ross put that one right where he needed to, where only Daniels could catch it.
Yep. 1:15.
3 receivers left. Daniels on the slant to the end zone, incomplete. Clock stopped, 1:12 remaining here in the third. Second and goal, Braves from the 10.
That one was in the just a nickel bit high category.
Had a little mustard on it, too.
Yep.
One thing about Kevin Ross, when he wants to, he can fire a bullet in there. Yeah. 3 receivers left. Daniels again to the right. Little screen pass, inside screen, complete and down to the 5-yard line. Joker Dickerson, number 10. They'll put it at the 11. Excuse me, the 6. We'll get it right. Third down and goal from the 6. Picked up about 4. And a big third down for Lompoc. Obviously, the Braves in 4-down territory these days. 2 receivers wide to either side. Coleman in the backfield. He's going to take the handoff, try to get to the far corner. He's in. Coleman, touchdown. So the Braves on the board here with 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Leandre Coleman with his first touchdown of the night. I wondered if maybe a little desperation might end up putting Leandre on the offensive side of the ball, and here we see him in the third.
Well, they needed something.
It's 36-16 with the point after coming up. Anguiano set to kick. Waits with the hold. Kick is away. Kick is good. So 29 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. The Braves trying to make a game of it. It's Glendora 36, Lompoc 17. You're listening to the game of the week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
Cien Puente Nuevo. On the Braves Radio Network.
Don't forget, 1 week from tonight, if the Braves can find a way to come back and win this one, we will be back on the air next Friday when Lompoc will take on the winner of the Diamond Ranch Etowanda game going on down the freeway a little bit.
And I think we're definitely hoping that the lower seed wins that one.
That would be Etowanda. Diamond Ranch number 6, Etowanda the 10th.
We've been to Etowanda, Greg.
We have.
And don't necessarily want to go back next week. So hopefully the Braves will pull this one out.
And get a home game next week.
Play at Houck.
Yeah. Just kidding. We love road trips. Okay, 36-17. The Braves set to kick off. Any trickery involved here? It look like they're lined up to a normal set, and they will try an onside kick to the left. Ball is bouncing free. Still bouncing free. It took 3 bounces and knocked off several people, and fortunately for the Tartans, they come up with it at midfield. But that was a well-executed kick that the Braves had a couple of chances to cover and couldn't quite get it done. And that could have been a big swing for the Braves.
Yeah.
Another one of those almosts for Lompoc.
Yeah.
An almost pick 6 in the first half and an almost onside here in the third quarter. You know what they say about horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah. You don't want to get hit with either one.
Yeah, that too. And beyond that, excellent field position for the Tartans at their own 49. First and 10. Acuna breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage.
Breaks another, and another, and another.
And forces the pile about another 10 yards all the way down to the Lompoc 38-yard line. And I'll tell you what, number 21 is proving to be a handful for the Braves to tackle. And it takes a handful of Braves to do it. all the way down to the Lompoc 38, first and 10 Glendora from there. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Will they get one more play off? It does not appear so. They're just going to sit and watch the clock tick away. There it is, zeros across the third quarter clock. 3 quarters complete from Citrus Community College. After 3, it is Glendora 36, Lompoc 17. We've got 12 minutes left in this one, and the Braves need to turn it around in a hurry.
Yeah.
You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
On the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy Baker back at the studio tending the stream. And it's down to the final 12 minutes for one of these teams, and it looks like the Braves are going to have to come up with something spectacular if they want to play again next week.
They're going to need to put together something Rigetti-like, Greg.
Yeah. We don't like to remember that fourth quarter of the Rigetti game, but we need to remember what they did so we can figure out how to do it now ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a long bus ride home either way, but even longer if you come up empty.
Yeah. This has definitely been a what might have been season for the Braves so far, and
well, the Braves defense need to come up and get a stop right here, right now. Gonzalez fakes a handoff, rolls left by the keeper, tries to get to the edge.
Gets a little bit of it.
Doesn't get much of it. Elijah Perkins over there to stretch it out to the sideline, runs him out of bounds. It's a gain of a couple down to the 36. It'll be 2nd and 8 from there. Clock stopped with the 11:50 remaining here in the game.
The best part about that for the Braves was he got out of bounds.
Yep, stops the clock, and the Braves need all those that they can get.
This would be a good time for a turnover, Greg.
Yeah, you can't argue that. 2nd and 8. Another keeper. Nope, handoff to Bruss. I guess he's okay. That's number 3, Braden Bruss, who was out injured moments ago, and he now just streaks to the end zone. 36 yards later, touchdown, Tartans, and that might just do it. If there was any doubt about the player of the game on the Tartan side of the ball, I think that was just extinguished.
Yeah.
(42-17) with the point after coming up. Glendora to kick. Unsuccessful on a couple tonight. This one, I've got whistles. False start. So that one didn't count. We'll try it again from 5 yards deeper. So point after touchdown has been an adventure for the Tartans tonight. The one thing they haven't done particularly successfully.
Yeah. They have been very solid, and they have done what every team wants to do, is let the other team make mistakes, and Lompoc has obliged them.
So from the 15, and this one will be blocked. Who got in there to get a hand on that? Is that Dickerson again? Indeed it was. Joker Dickerson with his second block of the night. Keeps 1 point off the board. But with 11:41 remaining here in the fourth, the home team has extended their lead. It's Tartans 42, Braves 17. You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com. And the Braves running out of time, running out of options, and running out of season right here at Citrus Community College.
On the Braves Radio Network.
And the fans that did make the trip across the way are sitting in rather stunned silence in the visitors' sideline. Squib kick picked up on the bounce at about the 6 by Dickerson. Tries to pick up a block and will go down at about the 22. That's where the Braves will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line with 11:34 remaining here in the fourth. And I'm sad to report that there's even some Glendora fans heading for the exits, thinking this one is in the win column for them. We're hoping for a late fourth quarter rally. Ever the optimist?
I don't think the Joel is jiggling yet, Greg. But it may be in being mixed.
Ross back to pass on 1st down. Got a man in midfield, complete. That's Kylan Daniels. Complete at the 50 and gets it down to the 40 before he's brought down. He is one step away from breaking that one for 6. Yep. But a good way to start this possession. All the way down to the 38 goes that one. 1st down Braves from there. 11:15 and the clock is ticking. 5 receivers for the Braves. Ross in an empty backfield. 3-step drop. Lets this one go down the mid. And this one in and out, almost picked off at the 15-yard line. Cade Marshman there in coverage of Ryan Morgan. Marshman having a good night as well for the Tartans on both sides of the ball, particularly on defense. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Braves. Ball at the 38 of Glendora. Clock stop with 11:02 remaining in the fourth. It's 42-17. Tartans lead. Ross back to pass again. Same play, and this one will be intercepted at the 10-yard line. Picked off by Patrick Golden and tackled right away. On what is the 5th turnover of the night for the Braves? Is that right, Mike?
Something like that.
Yeah, we're losing count.
Too many.
The Tartans will take possession 1st and 10 at their 10. Already leading by 25. And the lights are getting dim here for the Braves.
10:56 remaining in the fourth.
Lacuna takes the carry off of left tackle. Powers close to the 15. 14, they'll call it. Gain of 4 for Noah Acuna, adding to his total. It'll be 2nd and 6. Nice pot for 50-50, $370 here tonight. Too bad I don't have a ticket. Gonzalez from the shotgun, one receiver wide to either side.
Braves defensive backs shifting around on their assignments. Looks like they're going to come.
Lacuna up the middle.
Hit immediately. Not that that means anything.
But not for him, but at this time he only got about 2.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Acuna's yards after contact numbers tonight.
Big. I'd like to see what percentage of his yards he got after contact.
Exactly.
That's even bigger.
Gain of 2, 3rd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Bruss again, breaking tackles, spinning his way out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Braden Bruss adding to his already immense yardage total. Out to the 33, move the chains for the Tartans. 1st and 10, Glendora. 9:20 and counting left on the fourth quarter clock. 42-17 is our score. The home team, Tartans, with the lead and the ball.
I mean, this has been a very solid performance by Glendora.
Russ under center, or take from the shotgun snap, direct to him. He'll keep it and go to the 40. Another 7 for Braden out to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 3. Be really surprised to see the ball in the air again for the Tartans at this point.
Kind of surprised he got as close as he did to the sideline that time.
I'm sure they want to keep the clock running, keep the ball in play.
He started running towards the sideline, and the coaches on the sideline were like, get down.
Get down, way down. 8:15 and counting. 2 receivers up top. Gonzalez from the shotgun. Looks like Acuna in the backfield with him.
We'll try and pop it outside.
He'll get across the 45 to the 46.
Got a little bit of a bubble out there.
Enough for another first down for the Tartans.
Picked up about 4.
1st and 10, Glendora at their own 46-yard line. Clock will run after they reset the chains with 7:57 remaining.
Your airline
team
continues.
Large airplane on the scoreboard. And unfortunately, it's buzzing right towards the Braves right now. 1 receiver wide to either side. The same setup with Gonzalez and Acuna in the backfield. They're taking every second off the play clock. There's the snap. Acuna gets it. Little gap off the right tackle.
And he does not want to go down.
Finds the seam, and he gets forced out of bounds, and a flag is going to come out late.
Yeah.
Probably get him for a little extracurricular here, and Leandre Coleman is upset. Teammates are getting him out of the way. Penalty flag is right there at midfield.
Acuna picked up about 7.
So the play was good to the Lompoc 46 or 7. Flag is at the 49. Here's the official call. Against the Braves. Personal foul. That's exactly what the Braves did not need. First down, Tartans, 31.
7:18 remaining in the 4th quarter. And clock running.
Very literally, time running out here on the Braves. 1st and 10, Glendora from the Lompoc 31-yard line. It's 42-17. Tartans lead as we approach the halfway mark here in the 4th and final quarter. It must be getting to look like the 4th and final quarter of the Lompoc's football season.
Mm-hmm.
Acuna again bounces off of one guy and finally gets wrapped up for a loss. That doesn't happen very often this evening.
Yeah. Braves blitzed about 4 guys, and one of them managed to find the seam in the A gap and bounced Acuna. And we've seen Acuna go backwards. I'm a little bit surprised, Greg.
John Gayton in there amongst others for the Braves on the stop. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 back to the 32.
The possibility exists that he is human.
I was beginning to wonder. Braden Bruss from the shotgun this time.
Tries to break it outside.
Gonzalez out there on the seam trying to block for Bruss, and he'll take advantage of that and get down to about the 17-yard line. What's that, about 600 yards for Bruss tonight?
It's a bunch. 5:49 remaining in the 4th quarter. Another first down for Glendora. Inside the 20.
And another penalty flag is down on the play as well. This is going against the Braves. Another personal foul against Lompoc. Things are getting unhinged now. Some frustration showing. I think it's inside the 10 to the 9. And first and goal, Tartans. Clock running, 5:45 remaining. Russ will take this snap. Interestingly enough, when he is there doing the quarterbacking, starting quarterback Jacob Gonzalez is usually out as a receiver, and he is at this point wide to the right. Again, milking the play clock all the way down. Russ on the keeper. Ooh. And he is finally going to go down for a loss back at the 15-yard line. Big loss back to the 15. As we are at the 5-minute mark. I put it at the 14. Second and goal from the 14.
And the Glendora Tartans are definitely on a clock destruction mission right now.
Yep, that's all they're concerned about. And that's all they need to be concerned about. It's smart football. Second down and 14. Second goal from the 14. Acuna tries the right side.
Loss of another yard.
Back to the 16, actually. A loss of a couple. It'll be third down and goal from there. Clock running, 4:15 remaining. As we have a moment, we want to thank once again our sponsors for tonight and the season. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. The Box Shop, Ranson's Embroidery and Gifts, Frederick Quality Plumbing, Surf Connection, and Tom's. Thank you sincerely to all of our broadcast sponsors for being with us this season. We love you and we appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
Great sponsors all.
You bet. The best. And timeout on the field called by... Point for me. There we go. Glendora.
I tell you, this guy wants to make sure that the clock is stopped. He waves his arms about 6 times before he finally points. 3:33.
Trips wild on the clock. 42-17 is the score. The home team leads. Yeah, this one's all but kind of academic at this point, which is, I guess, fitting since we're at a community college. The Braves have had a lot of things to be happy about this year. They've done some real good things. They've had some things not go their way. It's as you said earlier, Mike, it's kind of a what-if season. We have, I'll tell you what, though, congratulations to Kevin Ross for his maturity over the course of the season. He's a freshman that came in on the second game of the year, put in
practically the second play, it seemed like. It was second quarter.
And he did an outstanding job, and he is going to be a real good one coming down the line for the Braves.
And we should remember that most places this would be considered a superb season for the Braves.
Russ on the carry to the 12. It'll be third down and goal from there. Yeah, we were talking during halftime that Braves and us as broadcasters and the fans as well have gotten a little spoiled over the years, with the consecutive CIF championships and 9 league championships in a row. And
when you think about the fact that this will be the fourth Lompoc loss on the air, and this is a down season, would be freakish for most people across the country.
A tremendous program that we have here at Lompoc football. Yeah. Gonzalez going for it on 4th and 12, rolls left, throws into the end zone. Did he get it? Yes. Touchdown, Tartans.
Wow.
So, some people might take offense to that. But on 4th and goal from 12 yards out, the Tartans go for it, throw into the end zone, and it's 6 more. Makes it 48-17. Point after coming up. This one is looks better than some of the others. This one's through and good. So we've got 2 minutes, 29 seconds left in this one. 90 yards later on this possession, Tartans run up the lead. It's now 49-17.
Yeah.
Glendora leads, and
I don't see a point on the scoreboard that Glendora did not earn.
No. The Braves kind of helped them on a few of them.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But the Braves are going to drive home tonight on the bus.
First loss by more than a score.
Yeah.
This season.
Yep. So the Tartans will kick off. The Braves have got 2 minutes and 29 seconds and 2 timeouts. That's the good news. The bad news is they're down by 32.
Mm-hmm.
Kick this one away. It's a low short kick fielded at the 13 by Ryan Morgan. He'll get upended after a return of about 10 at the 23. And looking over at the Braves sideline, the body language is not good.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're about ready to get on the bus. But they got 2:24 left. See if we can go out swinging.
Yeah. Be nice if they could put 20 on the board at least.
Ross, quick drop, complete to Kylan Daniels on the far sideline, and he's out of bounds to stop the clock at about the 31. Pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. That didn't take long. 2:17 left. Braves in the hurry up. 2 receivers to either side. The ball is loose in the backfield, ripped right out of Kevin Ross's hands and recovered by the Tartans. Ripped right out of his hands. They were in the backfield so quickly. Numbers 26, Bryce Overstreet, there for the recovery. And if it wasn't over before, it is now, with what I believe is the 6th Braves turnover of the night.
Tough to win that way.
And you know what? You just don't win many games when you turn the ball over 6 times.
No. The general theory is that for every turnover on the negative balance sheet, your chances of winning drops about 20%. So,
well, that would take our chances of winning down to about 0. 1st and 10, Tartans from the Braves 27.
Negative 20.
Running play off a right tackle. Inside the 20 to the 18. That was Acuna again. Gain of 9. 2nd and 1 from the Braves 18. 1:45 left on the clock. starters still in for the Tartans.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll keep this ball on the ground. They will watch every second of the play clock go away before they snap.
Mm-hmm.
High snap. Gonzalez will keep it, and he will slide down safely at first after a loss of about 3. Just took a few steps to the right, slides down. Gives himself up at the 21. It'll be 3rd down and 4 as we have 1 minute remaining in the game.
They have one more snap. And they are...
Looks like they're coming out in victory formation, and deservedly so.
Very close to it anyway.
45 seconds and counting. And there's not a thing the Braves can do about it except watch their season tick away. Gonzalez will take the snap and take a knee at the 35-second mark, and that means they don't have to snap the ball again. This one is going to be official in another 25 seconds. The celebration has begun on the Tartan sideline.
Yes, indeed.
The Glendora Tartans are going to win this one by a final score of 49-17. They're an excellent ball club. The Braves made way too many mistakes.
Yep.
Combine those two things and give Glendora the win and a ticket to round 2 in the quarterfinals. And give the Braves a ticket home.
When you consider that the Braves had 12 possessions and turned the ball over 6 times, that
just doesn't work.
That math does not compute.
Teams out at the 50, congratulating one another, as is the tradition. And again, the Braves have nothing to be disheartened about. I know losing is tough, but I tell you what, they had a good season, even though by Lompoc standards, not quite to what they're accustomed to. This team will get better. They've got a lot of talent returning next year, including Kevin Ross and Sheldon Canley. So they've got the nucleus of
Joker Dickerson, Daniel.
Plus they'll lose a couple. Ira Barron's gone, of course, and Ryan Morgan is going to be moving on to some college ball.
Hopefully so will Jed Rance. Haven't heard anything official, but anybody with eyes watching him play knows he needs to be playing at the next level.
Indeed. Well, the Braves gathering at about the 25 to commiserate a little bit, give some hugs, and have a little talk before they head off to the locker room on the bus. It's a long way home. Quick shout out to my good friends Eric and Debbie over in New Mexico. Thanks for listening, guys. We love you. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry we couldn't get you a win tonight, but
wasn't up to us, Greg.
Well, Mike, what do you think?
Well, I'm already looking forward to the 100th year of Lompoc football next year. The 25th year of Greg Ratcliffe calling ball games for Lompoc football. So
it's an interesting dynamic. Their 100th and my 25th. We'll see how that all plays out. Something like a 4-to-1 ratio ought to mean something. I don't know.
And I dare say that you've called a much higher percentage than the quarter. Considering the first few years, 3-4 games a year was considered a full schedule. So
there were times when we were calling 14 games a season. So we had 12 on our broadcast schedule this year, and we enjoyed every single one of them. We'll be back again to do it again next year for Lompoc's 100th. Remember, it'll be a different league, an entirely different schedule, and a whole bunch of different teams to go see and play. So we're looking forward to that.
A whole bunch of different.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole bunch of different next year, and we hope you'll tune in and join us. Yeah. The final thank you to our sponsors. Appreciate them being on board, and especially thank you to our listeners for putting up with me and Mike all season long. Yeah. You are why we're here, and we are glad and thankful that you are able and willing to join us.
And that's a very high level of forbearance.
Well,
putting up with the two of us.
We have got a long trip home. We are going to say goodnight here from Citrus College.
We should say thanks to our driver on this.
Yes, indeed.
Sure.
Thank you to Rich Graysick for being along with us tonight.
Yes.
Thanks to Kathy for letting him come along.
Yeah.
And thanks to Rich for letting us do this all season. I appreciate it.
Even if he just came down to see his dog.
You can get a Subway sandwich, a Jersey Mike sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna pack the bus. Well, thanks again for listening tonight. For Judy Baker back in the studio, for Mike Loney and Rich Graysick to my left. My name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for joining us this evening from Citrus Community College. Our final score: the Glendora Tartans 49, the Lompoc Braves 17. We will see you next season, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, we'll be back for some basketball before then. Tune in to KPEG Sports for some basketball and some baseball when the time comes. So we're not going away. We're just going to change uniforms for a while.
Baseball and softball.
That's right. All right. Now, right now, we'll send you back to the greatest collection of rock and roll on the planet Earth at 100.9 KPEG.
San Puente and Nueva.
Good night, everybody.
Hi, this is head coach Andrew Jones.